Now I'd like to give you some tips to consider when placing an offer. Let's have a chat about that. All agents are not the same. You're probably getting the gist of this here. Develop a relationship with the sales agents. Make sure you're memorable and taken seriously. Read up on how to create rapport with someone if you don't think you're all that good at it. All agents are not the same. While all agents aim to achieve the best possible price for their sellers, some genuinely prioritize client care. A courteous agent will often take the time to discuss your needs and your offer in person, which can significantly improve your buying experience and your relationship with them. Sales agents generally list the property for sale at an asking price, usually about 5 to 10% more than the seller is willing to accept. Keep in mind, though, they won't disclose the seller's bottom line, so it's equally wise not to reveal your maximum budget. To minimize the risk of being what's gazumped, oh my gosh, it's painful. Gazumped is when you submit an offer and the sales agent tells you, yeah, that's great, it's looking good, I'll go and start drawing up the contract, and the next thing you know, somebody else got the house and this contract's been signed by another buyer. And you've been like doing happy dance. Nothing was signed, so it still actually wasn't yours until that contract is signed. A crucial step is to explicitly ask the agent to confirm that if a higher offer is received, you'll be given the opportunity to increase your own bid before the property is sold. And a lot of people go, oh, they could just be making up that higher offer. There's a lot of sales agents who live and work ethically. Just remember that. There are a lot of sales agents that are good and ethical. Stay positive about the sales agents and their ethics, because most of them are very good at their job and ethical. To minimize the risk, be careful playing the bluffing game. Here we go. It can easily backfire on you, and this happens often. So what I mean by that is that you will say to the sales agent, oh, that's my top dollar. I cannot go a cent more. Not willing, especially not in that street. No, won't go a cent more. That's it. That's my top offer. And sales agent says to you, okay, fine then. Looks like it's going to go ahead. I'll start drawing up the contract. And then they sell it to someone else. And then your heart is broken because you were like, oh, but I would have gone up another 10,000. And the sales agent says to you, but you didn't. You told me you're at your limit. So I went and negotiated with someone else who rang me just 5 minutes after I got off the phone with you and said that they were willing to increase their offer. So be careful when playing the bluffing game. When making your offer, use precise non-round numbers. For example, an offer of $951,500 is a better offer than an offer of $950,000. Most people think in round numbers, and an offer slightly higher gives the number more credibility and weight, which might win. Plus, if somebody put in 950,000 and you went 951,500, be aware that the lower your offer, the less chance you will have of buying the home. In a seller's market, it is often best to make one offer your best offer. Now, you need to be guided by your conversations with the sales agent and your understanding of the market and your decision as to what you believe the value of that home is to you. Identifying a bad negotiator. A sales agent should never tell buyers the reason their sellers are selling. Although they do. They do a lot. Because the seller has told them, sell it this week. It's got to be sold. So they will say to you, the seller really needs to sell it this week. Or they might say it's a marriage breakdown. Or the seller's one of them's got declining health. They'll say reasons the seller is selling to influence you and make it seem like, oh, they'll be very willing to accept your offer because of the predicament that they are in. It doesn't mean that their price is going to drop. If the sellers are experiencing financial problems or are going through a relationship breakdown, the sales agent shouldn't tell you. If they do tell you, it allows you to exploit the seller's vulnerable position and try and secure a lower price or a more favourable terms. If an agent is disclosing such information, it might indicate that they're more focused on closing the deal quickly than acting in the best interests of their client. And let's face it, the sales agents, good ones, they've got properties coming to market constantly and they're needing to move these other properties off their books, okay? Everyone's got a job to do and a human. This is flinch. Now, this is a technique I read about a while ago. I tell you where I read about this technique. See, I've read many books about constantly reading lots of books, and we've got this one. So this technique I got out of this wonderful book by Michael Yardley. And basically it is whatever selling price you are told, always flinch. Oh, ow. As if you've been bitten by a mosquito. You want how much? One of the best questions you can ask after you have flinched is, why do they want that much? And you might be surprised by the response. Thank you, Michael Yardney, for that. It works. So the flinch. Again, next, more tips to consider when placing an offer. Oh no, we've done the tips to consider when placing an offer. Okay. So when you're placing your offer, we've got an attractive offer in a seller's market and we've got a making an offer in a buyer's market. I'm going to do a separate video about those two in case you just want to watch that at some point in time. Thank you all.